My name is Brian Outlaw, but wait, you already knew that. Anyways, welcome to RCW, Ravage Championship Wrestling, where compelling storylines and the bullshit of WWE doesn't exist. Welcome to wrestling that you care about, wrestling that you'll be entertained by, wrestling without the bullshit. Well, boss man's telling me to watch my language, so anyways, enjoy the show, and hey, don't look at my sisters the wrong way, otherwise you will get a guilty verdict too. Anyways, enjoy the show, grab a snack, grab your girl, oh wait, I have her. I'm just kidding, enjoy the show.
Alright, hello everyone, Savage CJ, good to see you in here again. I apologize for not streaming the other day. I had a couple other things that I needed to take care of, and I guess just streaming wasn't one of those things. So that is why you guys didn't see a stream the other day. Plus I didn't have the card for RCW made, and I thought just taking a couple days off to kind of figure a couple things out in terms of content going forward, not just with streaming, but with YouTube and things like that. And it's always good to, take a break for a couple days. That's why, I believe that streamers should not stream every day for hours and hours and hours. I believe they should have at least maybe 2 to 3 days that they don't stream, so that they don't get burnt out from their content and they have a break in between here and there. So anyways, I'd like to say a couple things before we get into the show. One of which is I found this microphone that I have. So I normally use the Blue Yeti, which I'm using that right now. I've had this microphone, the Shure SM58, which is a dynamic microphone. You've probably seen that microphone before because your favorite bands, when they perform live for performances, that is the microphone that they use to sing. I've had that because I used to do DJ gigs for parties and stuff, and that's a mic that I've had for a while. I bought some, a couple of replacement parts for it and a couple of things, and I was looking to not necessarily ditch the Blue Yeti, but for videos and for promos and for video content, I was just looking to kind of experiment with both mics and kind of see, what I like better for like cutting promos and stuff like that and other types of content. Streaming, I'll probably use the Blue Yeti, but I kind of want to see, maybe there's a little bit of a difference in how I sound through that mic than how I sound through this one. Not that my audio is bad. I try to take pride in my work and try to make sure that both the video portion and the audio portion are both equally good quality. Because the thing that I always hear from streaming, and the one thing that I've always learned from making content for 11 years, I've been making content since I was 10, and I didn't have all the equipment that I have now, but the one thing that I've always learned is not having good audio is a huge turnoff. Like, you can stream in 480p, or 360p, or 340 or whatever it's called, like non-HD, and have great audio, and people will still watch your content. But if you have shitty audio and people can't hear you, or the audio isn't balanced properly, then chances are they're not going to want to watch. So I try to make sure that my audio and everything else is the way it should be. I should get the microphone stuff today. Again, this is probably not going to apply to streaming. it's probably not going to apply for streaming whatsoever, but I just want to have some experimenting to do with. Like, I love trying new things. I love, like, experimenting, especially with RCW, and, you know, experimenting with storylines, or experimenting just with anything. And, you know, like, I always live by the motto, like, trying new things isn't always a terrible thing. So hopefully this all comes, I guess, full circle, and it all comes to be a good thing instead of a bad thing. So I'm gonna just be doing that for a couple videos, like doing some test footage, kind of looking it over, and you know, making it sound great, because I have a mic stand for that mic. I have, you know, everything else that I need. I just needed to buy a couple other things as well. So this is the Fallout episode. So this is the follow-up episode to RCW Breakout, which was our very first pay-per-view of this season. And man, was it a monstrous pay-per-view. We had a lot of people retain their titles, and we had one epic change, and that was Darby Allin becoming the new RCW Carnage champion by beating Shawn Winters in a match for the ages that probably some of you wouldn't have thought that he would have got it done, but he did. And we'll be seeing him in action tonight against Brian Outlaw, so it's going to be a champion versus champion bout, which that should be a great matchup. And we will have our main event, an 8-man battle royal, and that battle royal will determine the winner of that will get a future title opportunity of their choosing. Doesn't matter if it's the Carnage title or the world title. If they are in a tag team, they can go for the tag team titles. Doesn't matter which. I like to keep my options open for my superstars here, as I'm the boss of the show, so I like to make sure that all the superstars of the show get an equal opportunity, and also get the chance to tell their own story, or to create their own destiny, or to mold their own destiny. So whether that be as a tag team champion, a Carnage champion, a women's champion, or a world champion, you know, it's up to them. So we will see that matchup tonight. We will also see the Young Bucks take on a tag team in which you guys have seen them before. All the way back from season 1. It was the Demon Finn Balor and Aleister Black tag teaming together. And they were tag team champions at one point in this whole universe, in this whole saga. And they were one of the most dominant tag teams. And then I believe it was Finn Balor or Aleister Black. I believe it was Finn Balor who came out and he said to Aleister Black, I think it's best for us to focus on our singles careers. And we'd never seen them tag again since then. But tonight, I will say that a little bit of a reunion will be taking place when the Demon Finn Balor and Aleister Black tag team together for the first time in 6 seasons of this show against the tag team champions, the Young Bucks. So after the Young Bucks had retained their titles against Gallows and Anderson, the OC, now they look to look ahead to their next opponent, as our next pay-per-view will be in New York. New York City, the hometown of the Outlaws. Manhattan, New York, but New York City is New York City. So we've already had one match that could be made official, and you guys will see the tweet once it's edited in once this like goes through YouTube and everything. But we will get to that when we get to it. So it is a tweet from Sky. So we will get to that tweet when we get to it. But let's kick off the show here with our very first matchup here tonight, and that is Luna Outlaw, the women's champion, versus Ember Moon in an RCW normal match. Now, in case you aren't familiar, we have a couple rule changes here in RCW, and that is, instead of a count of 10, we have a count of 20 for all matches in which countouts do apply. It gives a chance for, the challengers, especially the whole champion's advantage with countouts, because we never liked matches to end in countouts. We had that happen with Darby Allin when he took on Shawn Winters in an open challenge for the RCW Carnage title when he wasn't champion. And Shawn Winters won via countout. And that is why we had the match that we had at the RCW Breakout pay-per-view, in which Darby Allin had ultimately won the title. But it goes to show you, with things like that, that is why we have the rules that we have. As well as the Iron Man matches, or Iron Women matches, depending on what gender superstar is in those matches. All of those matches will have a 20-minute countdown, 20-minute timer instead of 15. So that is also another rule change. But that, we've already gone over that a couple times. I just thought I'd reiterate that again. Just in case any of those who are new don't and are wondering why the referee is counting up to 20. That is why. So, Gaming Ninja, what is up? We will have our very first matchup here tonight with Luna Outlaw versus Ember Moon. So let's get to it, folks. I turned on the entrances for this one match because it only crashes when you're using two custom characters. And since there isn't two custom characters in this, I have some of the matches done. Young Sin, what is going on, buddy? Good to see you in here. I haven't seen you in here in a while, so that's always good to see you in here. As we have Luna Outlaw coming out here, the RCW Women's Champion, after retaining her title against Olivia Rose, who I kept calling Ariel Rose over and over and over. I kept mixing those two up, and I apologize. A lot of times with some of these women, I have a hard time. Sometimes I'll be like, whose name is that? And then I'll be like, whose name is that? Like, I'm only 21, so my Alzheimer's, I shouldn't be having memory issues. So, anyways, as we have Luna Outlaw making her way out here. Now, you guys can't hear her music, but trust me, once this gets edited on and put on YouTube, you will hear it. It's the new theme of Luna Outlaw that I found that I like her theme that I put in the game. I think it fits her well, but I also think that this theme in particular fits her pretty good too. As Ember Moon's coming out here. And I love the way when the screen goes dark, the way that Luna's boots shine in the middle of the ring there, as Ember Moon is coming out here. Now, I believe we've seen these two face off before, and I believe Luna Outlaw was the one to come out with the victory. But as Ember Moon's a little excited here for this matchup, but anything can happen on RCW. Just because you lose once doesn't mean you're going to lose twice. We also have a match coming up tonight with Samoa Joe versus Drew McIntyre. Now that's going to be one hell of a match there. And, we got a lot of good matches. Like, I always like to start the shows with when it comes to starting a show off after a pay-per-view, it's kind of like the Raw after WrestleMania. Everyone remembers the Raw after WrestleMania because a lot of crazy shit happens on the Raw after WrestleMania. Like Paige's main roster debut after WrestleMania 30. So, like that was nuts. So, you know, like that. So I like to have it that kind of feel of that Raw after WrestleMania sort of feel. As Luna Outlaw lifted up Ember Moon here and just taking her down just like that right there. As Ember Moon looked to take advantage here in this matchup, but Luna Outlaw not letting her do so. Now, in case you missed the RCW Breakout pay-per-view, don't fret. It is on my website at ProWrestlingGamingAssociation.com, as well as my YouTube channel at Botch TV, where you can enter the command YT and you can get access to my YouTube channel. There's a link directly there for the YouTube channel. As Ember Moon with a Snapmare takedown. And now Ember Moon lifting up the champion here. Ember Moon with a step-up Enziguri. What a step-up Enziguri there to the champion. And Ember Moon's in a little... I should say Luna is in a little bit of trouble here. As Ember Moon looking to start this one up. But, oh, caught the foot, though. And Luna with a couple of knee strikes right there. What a powerful knee lift. And more knee strikes from the champion. And now... a back elbow in the corner there to the challenger, Ember Moon. Now I will mention the tweet after this match here. I will definitely mention the tweet that Sky had sent out to her sister Luna after her match against Ariel, in which she won backstage without a crowd in that Falls Count Anywhere match. Now just taking her to the outside now. And like I said in that stream before, that was very unusual. As Sky likes to have the crowd, she likes to, I guess, boost her ego by having everyone look at her, do her thing here in RCW, but apparently that wasn't the case at RCW Breakout when she took out Luna or Ariel backstage. There's a count of 5 here, but like I said, under RCW rules, these ladies have a count of 20 to get back into the ring, but surprisingly, Luna doesn't like to spend a lot of time outside the ring, unless the match type allows her to, and a super kick right there to Luna, and Ember Moon going for the cover here, and only a 1 count. Not even a 1 count, though. As the champion is still very fresh in this match. How are y'all doing on this afternoon or morning, depending on where you are in the world right now? I'm just trying to stay cool. I got the AC going in my house, and the central air, the AC going in my house, so I'm trying to stay cool. What's weird is that about an hour or two ago, we had not necessarily a little bit of a thunderstorm, but we almost had like a Passover where it was downpouring in thunder for like maybe about 5 minutes, and then it just stopped. So I thought that was the weirdest thing, because it was just like a endless downpour, and then all of a sudden it just stopped, just randomly. Oh, but Ember Moon looking to use the Into the Shadows submission there. Her own submission. Luna's own submission against her, but obviously Luna better find a way out of that, and she did. I mean, that would be kind of embarrassing to lose to your own move. Oh, tried for that back elbow, but Ember Moon was having none of it, and these two ladies just trying to feel each other out, tried to go for the drop kick. Totally missed there, and Ember Moon taking advantage with a fall-away slam on the champion. And now Luna finds herself in even more trouble here than before on this matchup. Now Irish whip into the corner. Now Ember Moon. Irish whip into the other corner, possibly looking for that forearm in the corner. That forearm in the corner from Ember Moon. And now cover on the champion, too. And Luna with the kick out at 2. Ember Moon thought she had it. Ember Moon thought she had it, as you can tell by the expression for the referee there. She didn't like the referee not counting to 3 tries with a spinning heel kick, but a backbreaker was met into a backbreaker there. It seems that Ember Moon knows everything that Luna is going to go for. But I've seen her hit this many times before, as Luna gets back to her feet. Luna getting back to her feet, now looking for the Eclipse on the champion, as she connects with the Eclipse on the champion here. 1. No! Luna practically no-sold the Eclipse. And Ember Moon, rightfully so, cannot believe what just happened. Just a kick out at 1. After the Eclipse. And I cannot believe that. I would think at least a 2.5 count. Or maybe even a 3 count. As Luna tried for a drop kick, but not realizing where Ariel was in the... Again! Ember Moon was in the ring. I keep saying Ariel's name. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I should just... Maybe that means something, okay? If I'm mistaking almost every woman on this roster for Ariel, I think it means something. Come on, maybe Ariel's mind games have gotten to me too, as the booker. I don't know. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that is something that happened. Is Ember Moon throwing down the champion here? Ember Moon throwing down the champion. Oh, but Luna Outlaw coming back with a kick to the hamstring. With a kick to the hamstring. Now hooks her into the Dawning, but Ember Moon with the reversal. A couple of elbows. And now Ember Moon with the Hurricane Rana taking down the champion here. One. No. Again with the kick out. And Ember Moon cannot believe it. She hit the Eclipse. That was only a count of 1. I mean, Ember Moon is just throwing everything she absolutely can here at the champion, and doesn't seem to be working. As of right now, as she turns her around again, Irish whip into the corner. Irish whip into the corner, and that forearm again in the corner. Another forearm in the corner. Now going for the cover here. 1. No! Again. Luna kicking out at 1. Oh, the elbow. I thought Ember may have been going for the Eclipse there, but no. And a kick out at 1 again. I don't know how wise this is, but Ember Moon, she should have just gone for the Eclipse right off the bat here, and now that appears... It appears that's what she's going for here. She calls Ariel up, or Luna up to her feet. Again, I keep messing it up. Eclipse there. Count of 2, and she almost got the win over the champion, but Luna kicked out here. Again, Ariel is on my mind for some odd reason. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because of that brutal match we had seen with her and Sky, not only at the RCW Breakout pay-per-view, but also the Ravage Cage match that took place earlier on in the season. I don't know what it is, but I keep messing up names here. I'm not good with names anyway. Like, it's kind of like those situations, like, and I'm pretty sure all of you can relate to this. It's kind of like the situation where you know somebody's face, right? You see that person in public, and you're like, I know who that is. Like, it could be one of your friends that you went to school with that you just, like, lost touch with or whatever, and you know who that is. But, like, you can't put your finger on it, like, what their name is. And then you just feel like an idiot afterwards when they tell you what their name is, and you just kind of, like, feel like an idiot because you're just like, how could I not remember that? And that's how I am feeling right now. As a Dawning there on Ember Moon. 1, 2, and Ember Moon with the kick out now. Ember Moon with the kick out. You kick out of my move, I'll kick out of yours, but Luna Outlaw going for that blackout striking combination there. The blackout Meteora striking combination. And it may just be the end of Ember Moon here. Luna is near the ropes, however, but I don't know if that's going to matter as she hooks in the Dawning. Doesn't go for the cover right away, though. Possibly just trying to drag her away from the ropes to prevent a rope break. Now rolls her over into the cover. 1, 2, and 3. And Luna Outlaw gets the victory here on Ember Moon. Wow, what a match, though, to start this one off. What a match. Ember Moon threw everything that she had at the champion here, but it wasn't enough. And that's the thing with the Outlaws, is that you can't count them out. No pun intended there. You can't count them out of any match. Even if there is a count out. You have to literally pour your blood, sweat, and tears in the ring with them to be able to beat them. You have to throw everything. And it seems that it looked like Ember Moon did so. But it wasn't enough. As Luna celebrates her victory here. Now the question is, who's going to be her next opponent? And before we get on to our next match, before we go over to the break screen, I'd like to mention a tweet that was sent out by Sky herself after beating Ariel in that Falls Count Anywhere match. She said this: I dropped Ariel in the 619, San Diego. Didn't need a crowd for that. Now, sis, let's talk about that match proposal, shall we? And then Luna kind of took a little bit of a stab at her and said this: but your poor makeup will run or smudge. If you want it, come get it. How about it, boss? So apparently she's calling on me to make the match. So I'm gonna leave it to you guys. For those of you that are in chat right now. If you're in chat, if you're lurking, whatever, doesn't matter. For those of you that are in chat, or for those of you that are in the Discord, depending on if you're in chat right now or a member of our Discord, should I make that match? Should we see Sky Outlaw versus Luna again? We haven't seen that match for the title since Season 4 at RCW Anarchy when Sky Outlaw was the champion. And mind you, that match was restarted because Luna's arm was underneath the rope. Sky originally won that match. And that match was restarted after a technicality, and then Luna won the title from her. Some may call that fair, some may not. So I'm gonna leave it to you guys. You guys think that we should have that match again? I think we should. I think very much we should. I'm gonna be a little bit biased here, but that was one of my favorite matches that I've ever called here on RCW back in Season 4. That was one of my favorite matches. Aside from the tag team match with the Outlaws, the Jason Outlaw and Brian Outlaw, the tag team championship match in which Jason screwed over Brian. That was one of my favorite matches. And that whole story that played out was fantastic. And I think it is only right to have that match again. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Even though that I'm in charge of this show, I always like putting on a great show and taking your feedback into account. So if you guys want to see that match, feel free to join our Discord, and we can discuss about it and see what's going on there. There is our Discord there. And you can join me and the rest of the community. That is the best way to reach me off stream, as I have it on my phone and I get notifications on my phone all the time from it. So feel free to join that as we move on to our next match here, as we go over to the break screen. As we have our tag team matchup here. And I talked about this at the beginning of the show here, and that was the reunion of the Demon Finn Balor and Aleister Black, Black Hole, against the Young Bucks, the tag team champions. So we are going to see here, after all of these seasons, after all this time, will Black Hole reunite for good? Or will they be separate forever? Who knows? We'll find out, as these two haven't tag teamed together in a long time. Long time. But they had one of the longest tag team title reigns in RCW to date. So we'll see. We shall see, as Sakite would say. We shall see. As we have Nick Jackson and the Demon starting this one off, and Nick Jackson able to take down the Demon. I don't know how much he got of that. Now the elbow drop right to the Demon Finn Balor, right on that chest paint there. Now we'll see if Aleister Black and Finn Balor can go back to their tag team ways, as Matt Jackson whipped the tag in. How have I been, Young Sin? I've been fabulous. I've been great. What the hell just happened there? I have been absolutely fabulous. I can't complain too much. I mean, you know, even though that events that I wanted to go to have been postponed, and concerts that would have already happened, and for me and everything has been postponed and stuff like that, like, I can't complain too much, because I get to, you know, I get to play video games, I get to stream, I get to, you know, and I would say that, you know, yeah, it's upsetting that people have lost their jobs because of this, and it's upsetting that people have, you know, been highly affected by this and all that. But as a person who likes to think on the positive side of things, I will say that, you know, a lot of celebrities that I know of, both wrestlers, artists, and everything else, they have, this is the best time right now for them to come out with an album, to do whatever it is they do, because right now nobody's doing anything. Like, everybody's at home because they have to be home unless they are an essential worker, and you know, people need entertainment. So, you know, seeing Paige and Xavier Woods, well, Xavier Woods has been streaming for a long time, making videos for a long time. And all that. And Mia Yim, too. Mia Yim, yeah. Mia Yim and all these other wrestlers. Like, I don't know about you guys. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I think it's pretty badass when celebrities do normal people things. And the reason why I think it is because with celebrities, no matter what they do, whether it's they're singers, they're wrestlers, they're actors, they're whatever they are, and then they start, you know, playing video games and, you know, having the interest and having the time to play video games, I think is pretty cool. That's just me. I mean, it's a normal everyday thing, and not to say that celebrities aren't normal people, but, you know, celebrities, you know, they have barely any time. Like, if it weren't for this thing that's going on right now, like, my favorite band would be on tour right now. I would have met them already as of May 22nd. You know, the new album would have been out already. Yeah, like, yeah. Like, you respect them more, too. Like, and, like, I know we talk about a lot of things here on the stream, and you know, we've talked about, you know, mental health and you know, a bunch of, you know, random stuff here on the stream, but one of the things that I've noticed is, now this is from what I've noticed, I was in Paige's stream yesterday, she was streaming yesterday, and she said she was having a bad anxiety day. Like, she deals with anxiety and depression, which is something that I've known for a while. Like, she's been very open about it. And, you know, as a celebrity, I would imagine it takes a lot of balls to talk about that. And, you know, in today's society where mental health is heavily stigmatized, it makes it worse in terms of having that open avenue for people to talk about their feelings and whatever. And somebody gifted her 50 subs, right? And, like, she was already crying. Like, when she went live, she was crying because, you know, she had, like, a bad burst of, you know, anxiety. And she was gonna play Outlast, but she was like, my anxiety's so bad right now, I can't play Outlast. Like, it's funny watching her play Outlast because she gets scared as hell of it, and she jumps, and it's just, it's hilarious. It's freaking fun. But there was a couple of serious moments in there where, you know, she basically and people, I feel like people get the wrong perception of her, because I was in somebody else's stream and somebody said that Paige was trying to get money out of people because she makes it so that you have to sub to talk to her, and that's because of something that I'm not gonna mention, but something that we all know about that happened, and as a result, she was subject to a lot of cyberbullying because of that. And, you know, her philosophy is, if you're gonna talk shit, then you're gonna have to pay for it. Literally. In monetary value. Because think about it. You're gonna pay $5 a month. Right? Or that Twitch Prime sub, or whatever. But you're gonna pay that $5 a month to troll her and then get banned and then whatever. Like, that seems like a good you know, that seems to me that seems funny. That seems funny, and that's why she has what she has for her channel, and I highly respect her. But the thing that I respect her more of is, I saw her do this thing where she advertised somebody on her stream. Mind you, there was 800 people watching this, okay? There was 800 people watching her stream. I think the max amount of people that I've seen was probably 1,500 people in her stream. But even though that her chat's going crazy, she still takes the time to talk with you, like she's talked with me a few times. Which, the first time, I'm gonna admit, I fangirled a little bit, not gonna lie. But I thought the coolest thing that she did was her last stream, not yesterday's, but her last stream, she had these two guys that were playing Mario Kart that had like 20 viewers, and she just went all in and gifted them 50 subs. Which, mind you, is $250 of her money, right? And $250 is like pocket change to her, but the fact that she's willing to do that to just some random schmo on the internet is amazing. Okay? That's freaking. And you know, when this whole thing started, she was sending money to people that needed to get inhalers, needed to get food, and she was willing to send her own money to people. And yes, you may be thinking right now, well, they should, because they have more money than they know what to do. And that may be true. She may have a lot of money because she's WWE's Paige. Hello. But at the same time, you know, she didn't have to do it. And I think there's something to be said about that. And I think it's a beautiful thing. So just mind you, doing little things like that is beautiful. As we got a black mask here on Matt Jackson, as we get back to this matchup. But I say, you know, in regards to everything that I've said up to this point, in this stream, and in life, and if you've been around the channel for a while, doing the small little things like that, following somebody's channel, being in somebody's chat, gifting a sub, like, that's a small thing. Like, you know, like, people are willing to spend their money on you, right? And to me, like, yeah, I pay the $5 a month for Paige's stream. I do that. Just to talk with her. Why not? You really think I'm not gonna talk to Paige? Are you serious right now? Like, you really think I'm not going to? Like, come on. Let's be real here. I'm going to. Let's be real. He donated $4,000 to Shad's GoFund. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's totally right, youngster. Just because they have money doesn't mean they have to donate to anybody. You know, but like, I always feel like everybody's like, well, they should because they have more money than they know what to do with. And I agree, they have more money than they probably know what to do with, right? You know, they probably have enough money to pay their bills and stuff like that because they are where they're at. But to know that, you know, people like Paige and, you know, these people that entertain us, these wrestlers that entertain us, and these celebrities that entertain us, whether it's their music or whatever it may be, and they're willing to do that, they're willing to raise awareness of something, or they're willing to do a charity stream or something, like, that is amazing. Like, I know this one of my favorite local bands who are from the New York area. They basically, the lead singer, her name is Christina, but we all call her Chrissy. And she, I don't know if you guys have heard of this. This is something that went viral like months and months ago. And it was this guy, and his name was Miles Taylor. And he was a bodybuilder. But he wasn't just any bodybuilder. He was a bodybuilder with cerebral palsy, which is the same disability that I have. Which means he has to work 10 times harder to build up muscle tone and whatever. And he went popular because he was deadlifting, like benching, like, I don't know, 200, 300 pounds by himself. Okay? Like, you may be sitting here right now and being like, well, that's not impressive. But for somebody like him that has muscle tone issues where they can't develop muscle enough to possibly lift that much poundage, Well, what happened was that it got popular, and because it got popular, it got the attention of many celebrities. Many, I think John Cena was one of them too. And I saw this photo that Chrissy had posted on her Instagram, because I follow her, and I follow her on everything. And she posted this picture with him. It was the band. It was Will, Dan, and who's the drummer? Who's the bassist? I can't think. I don't think they have one. I don't know. But she had posted it, and it was his shirt that said disability, but it had the word dis crossed out, and it just said ability on it. And, you know, she's a big awareness person for, like, you know, gay rights and the LGBTQ community, and just treating people with respect. And I thought it was awesome, because not only is she gorgeous, but I was jealous of him, because he had a girl like that standing next to him. And I was like, I'm jealous right now, boy. Like, I'm freaking jealous of you right now. You don't know how many men want that standing next to him. Like, I just thought it was really cool. Like, I thought it was just really cool. And, you know, she followed him on Instagram, and she continues to talk with him. And I just think it's really cool. And I just thought that was worth sharing, because it's something, you know, positive, and you know, it's just something awesome. And I appreciate things like that, because, you know, I grew up where, you know, in a school where, you know, if you had a disability, or if you had any type of thing that made you stand out, instead of embracing that, people judged you for it. You know, people were like, oh, you're this, or you're this, and you know, I feel like, you know, disabilities is still one of those things where people have a hard time talking about it, because, you know, I feel like, you know, with gay marriage and everything that's been going on, like, that has become more accepted, and I feel like everyone should be accepted for who they are, regardless if they're gay, straight, whatever. You know, that doesn't matter. Everyone should be accepted for who they are. And I think it's a very special thing when a celebrity takes knowledge of that, acknowledges that, and basically says that I'm going to help out this guy. As Matt Jackson dove from the top rope there. And Finn Balor is down here now, as the Young Bucks are looking to beat the tag team that we had seen a long time ago here on RCW. It seems forever now, as Nick looks to tag in his brother Matt, but no, a couple of elbows right to the back, and a knee right to the back of Aleister Black. This match has been going on for forever now. I love these tag matches, man. Gotta love them tag matches. But, you know, it just goes to show you those little gestures. You know, when you guys come in here and you guys, I'm not asking for nothing. I don't ask you guys to sub or even to chat or anything. For you guys just to be here I am 100% grateful for it, and I guarantee you that all of these streamers that you watch, some show it more than others, but I guarantee you that a lot of those streamers are extremely grateful, and I'm extremely grateful for everything that you guys have done in terms of this series. Otherwise, there wouldn't have been a Season 2 of RCW. Back when I started this, that there wasn't going to be like this right here, right now. Like, this was not... If you told me I'd be in Season 7 of this 2 years ago, I would have laughed in your face, and I would have been like, that's crazy. I'm not doing 7 seasons of this crap. Like, I ain't doing that. And look at where we're at. We're halfway through Season 7 right now, in the 11th episode, and we're kicking ass right now. we're kicking ass right now, and it's awesome. As Nick Jackson looks to finish, Aleister Black here with a super kick, and now looking to take out Finn Balor here. If I can switch to him, looking to take out Finn Balor, but Finn Balor fighting back here. Finn Balor with a drop kick, and now both men are down, and the referee should be counting here. But Aleister getting back up to his feet. I guess Aleister, I guess Finn Balor saved Aleister there, in a way. Now looking to grab Finn Balor here. DDT. And now he's down for the count now. It is just Aleister Black here in the ring. Nobody on the apron for Aleister to tag here. Granted, we haven't seen much of Finn Balor in this match. And a super kick to Aleister Black. Just like that. And it appears that the Young Bucks are going to get the win here. 1, 2, and 3. And the Young Bucks are able to defeat Black Hole here. I don't even know if you could call them that because they're technically not a tag team anymore. But nonetheless, the tag team champions. It is a super kick party, and it definitely was here tonight on RCW as these two get the win. But it makes me wonder who are they going to face for the titles at RCW Recoil in New York City. We'll find out as we move on to our next match, folks. And I like to take those moments in, stream where we get, serious for a minute and, we talk about things and, stuff like that. Because I like, in a world where, everybody wants to shut people up, shut people down, bully people, belittle people, especially with, I don't know, I'm not going to get into it, but in terms of detail, but there were comments made about Alexa Bliss on this man's podcast. And a lot of people did not like it. And rightfully so, as they were very sexist comments and they weren't appropriate. And as a wrestling fan, it makes me question, why do we suck so bad? Are we really that bad, to make comments like that? I was talking to my friend about it the other day, and I said this one thing, and I basically said this. I said, there's a time and place for certain things. I'm not defending this dude's comments, by the way. But I'm saying it would have been different if he made comments like that behind closed doors with his buddies on the couch. Because guess what? Private conversations are private conversations. So private conversations are private conversations. So what I say, for example, if Young Sin and I are in a Discord call and we're chatting and nobody is streaming, nobody's recording, that conversation is a private conversation. So whatever him and I say is not going to matter. But when you say something publicly on stream or in any type of capacity in front of an audience, and this guy was very well known, in front of an audience, and you make comments like that, how can you not expect people to come after you? And he did apologize. This particular person did apologize for it. But to me, his apology wasn't sincere. I think he apologized because of the backlash he got. And to me, it's totally different when you're in the wrong, right? When you're in the wrong and you know that your comments were wrong, And this guy has a history of making comments like that. Like, this isn't the first time. And so, basically, I watched his, like, video, and he was like, oh, you know, my comments that I made were sexist, they were inappropriate, whatever. And, you know, I took it to heart because the way he phrased the comment, and I'm not going to say it because it's just TOS. Not only is it TOS, but it's just sick. Okay? And basically, it's a guy talk comment, basically. And I wasn't offended by his opinion of Alexa Bliss. I was offended by the fact that he said something like that. Like, it's totally different in the wrestling world. It's totally different when you attack somebody's character, the part that they're playing, right? But when you attack the person and bring up personal life, bring up somebody's past, bring up, you know, it's the same situation with Paige. You can hate her, you can love her, whatever, but when you bring up, you know what I'm talking about. Like, that's the lowest of the low. And I feel like a lot of people, they like to bring that up and think that it's leverage, or they think that it makes them a better person, or that it's going to make the insult better. And no, it's not. Like, it's not. Like, you shouldn't... You know, I like to have my streams to be positive, and the only reason why I'm saying this is simply because of that. Like, you guys may have seen the tweet that I had tweeted out shortly after these comments happened, and it was Paige saying, you know, tag a wrestler that you love and let them know how much you love them. And, you know, I think I tagged Deonna Purrazzo, who is signed with Impact now. Congratulations to her, which means you guys are going to see a lot of storylines with Brian Outlaw now that she's there. But that's besides the point. I tagged Deonna Purrazzo, Allie, or the Bunny in AEW, and Rosemary. And I tagged, and there's a reason why I tagged women. I tagged them because they are women that get scrutinized. I've seen the comments that are made about Rosemary when she returned to Impact. I've seen the comments made about Deonna Purrazzo. And I've seen the comments made about Allie. And, you know, I basically just said, you guys are loved. I love you guys. I love everything you do. You guys give me, you know, hope, and you give everyone hope, and you provide entertainment for all of us, and you don't need to do that, but you chose to train for this, you chose to do this, and I respect you for it. And I always make a funny joke. The Outlaw comes out, and I always make a funny joke that if you mess with a woman in wrestling, I'm going to come after you. And, you know, I always make that funny joke, and that's not meant to be a threat at all. But I'm saying it because it's wrong, okay? These entertainers, they are people. They are people. Their characters that they play, they aren't real, okay? They aren't real. They're playing a part. It's not real. It's entertainment. It's acting. And a lot of wrestling fans, they like to just say whatever the frick they want to say. It doesn't matter. And there was people making jokes about Shad's death and stuff like that, and that's low, and that's terrible, and whatever. But the bottom line is, as we get to our next match, and I'm sorry for like dropping serious bombs on you guys like right now, but it needs to be said. The bottom line is those people entertain us. They entertain us, and they put their bodies on the line for us. So that we can chant holy shit. So that we can chant this is awesome. So that we can chant their names. They do it for us. Especially with all this going on, wrestlers are still working. Whether or not you disagree with that remains to be seen. But they are willing to entertain us. And willing to work amid this horrible thing that's going on in the world right now. They are willing to work and put their lives at risk for entertaining us. And, like, when I see the stuff that I see on Twitter, right? It breaks my heart, man. I obsess over that shit. Because, let me tell you, I have what's called reactive depression, which means when I see something, I dwell on it. Even if it's not about me, I dwell on it. Because in my head, I think, why would somebody ever say something like that to a woman, or say something like that to anyone? But the comments that I see made about female wrestlers half of the time are disgusting. They are disgusting. You can think whatever the frick you want to think up here in your head. Just don't say it. Don't post it online, okay? Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Don't. Because it's not going to help you. Even if you hate Charlotte Flair or whoever it is, like, don't post about it. Don't. Like, just don't. Like, we all want to spread positivity, right? You know, let's be positive. You know, let's you know, ask a wrestler how they're doing, or, you know, comment on their work or whatever. You know, I love Deonna Purrazzo's armbar. I love the Fujimura armbar. And she can break my arm any day. I don't care. But, like, at the end of the day, she's a young, beautiful entertainer. Emphasis on beautiful, okay? And huge emphasis on beautiful, okay? But not only does she furthers the outlaw character, right? She's the virtuosa. You know, she furthers, without Paige, without Deonna, without Rosemary, you guys get no outlaw, okay? The outlaw doesn't exist. Paige is the primary reason why it was created. And Deonna just, with her gimmick, my God, it fuels it. Because her gimmick, straight up, makes the outlaw go nuts. And with that said, I hope you guys take this conversation. Take it however you want to take it. But the biggest message that I have to send to all of you here on stream, and this goes for Twitch, anything. Be positive. Like, tell someone that you love them. Tell someone that, you know, they look good today in an appropriate way. In an appropriate way. That's the key word. And just tell someone that they mean a lot to you, because everybody needs that. Everybody needs that. And there's no reason why we can't do that. No reason at all. So, with that being said, and I'm sorry once again for dropping all these truth bombs on you guys and these serious bombs on you guys, but considering the circumstances that have happened in the past few weeks and past few days, it needs to be said. And we all have the power to act on it. We all have the power to erase hate. To drown out hate with positivity. We all have that power. Instead of using those 280 characters you have on Twitter to spit negativity, use it to spit positivity. So like me sending bits and calling Paige gorgeous over and over and over and over and over, I do that not because I want to get over, because I'm already over, okay? But because she needs that. I'm pretty sure her boyfriend tells her that all the time. But I'm going to, over and over and over again, every day. What's up, Queen? How you doing? Every day. Every damn day. I'm going to do that. Because you know what? I don't give a damn about my bank account. I don't give a damn about my money. I want her to smile. And I'm going to do whatever I need to do that. And if that's gifting her subs, I'm going to. Y'all are lazy. I'm kidding. I'm messing around. Alright, guys. But to go on to our next match, we have Drew McIntyre versus Samoa Joe. Here we go. Now, mind you, Drew McIntyre has been in quite the rivalry with Jon Moxley as of late. And the reason why you guys didn't see that match at RCW Breakout, didn't have enough build yet. And we'll have to see if Jon Moxley plays a role in this matchup here tonight as the Scottish psychopath makes his way to the ring. He is the top dog in that other company, and he looks to be the top dog here at RCW as the Scottish psychopath. Talk less, clay more, as his new shirt said. I actually kind of want that shirt, to be honest with you. I hope they're selling it on that company's website. As we have Samoa Joe the Samoan submission machine, the coquina clutch. Joe. You guys hear it. Crowd loves Samoa Joe. Well, let's get to this match, folks. Drew McIntyre versus Samoa Joe. And look at the size of Drew McIntyre, but Joe coming out right out of the gate here on Drew McIntyre. Into the cover already and only a 1 count. Wow. Joe is... Oh my God. Joe with the power bomb on Drew McIntyre. I don't think I've ever seen Drew manhandled like this. Oh, but Drew shoving him away, trying for that kick. 3, 2, 1, Claymore. He made that famous in the other company. Let's see if he's going to make that saying the same way here in RCW as Samoa Joe with a belly-to-belly suplex to Drew McIntyre. I have to say, Drew McIntyre, one of my favorite superstars right now in that other company. But that doesn't matter here as Drew McIntyre with the suplex to the Samoan submission machine here. And Drew McIntyre gets the snap mare takedown there as Joe takes down the Scottish psychopath. Remember, RCW rules, count out of 20. Count out of 20, folks. And oh my, just flinging Samoa Joe. And a clothesline to Samoa Joe. And Drew McIntyre is firing back after Joe just came out right out of the gate. Here in this match, oh, right in the corner there. Right in the corner there. Let me know you guys' predictions for this match. Do you think it's going to be Samoa Joe or Drew coming out with the win here tonight? I don't know. I'm torn here. I may be a little bit biased because I like Drew McIntyre, but I also really like Samoa Joe as well. And it only takes one mistake for Joe to lock you in that coquina clutch and tap you out and put you to sleep, as he would say. And Joe with the shoulder tackle, tackling Drew McIntyre off of the apron here. Huge problem here for Drew McIntyre as Drew McIntyre getting back in the ring. Again, count out of 20. He could have spent a little bit of time out there, but he chose not to. What a gut buster from the Scottish Psychopath, Drew McIntyre. Irish whip into the corner now. Drew McIntyre has Joe right where he wants him here. Oh, back first into the... Oh my! Tossing Joe around. But who is this? Who is this? It's Jon Moxley! It's Moxley with the paradigm shift on Drew McIntyre. And Joe with the pin. 1, 2, and Drew McIntyre kicked out of the paradigm shift. Moxley making his presence known. I mentioned that those two have been butting heads for quite a few weeks now. And now Joe has a full advantage here in this matchup. Joe with a superplex from the top. And oh my god, what do you guys think about that attack from Moxley? Moxley's got balls, man. That man's got balls for attacking the Scottish Psychopath. That man's got some cojones for attacking Drew McIntyre in the middle of this match here. I don't know how the referee didn't turn around and didn't see that, but oh, what a huge slap to the face. And Drew McIntyre grabbing Joe, flinging Joe across the ring. And the Scottish Psychopath trying to make a comeback. 3, 2, 1. Here it comes, Joe. He's tuning it up. Claymore kick on Samoa Joe. 1, 2. And Joe kicked out. Joe kicked out of the Claymore kick. I don't know how, but he did. That may have just pissed Drew off right now. You can't be thinking about Mox. He's got to be thinking about this match as Samoa Joe turns it around. Samoa Joe turning Drew around in the corner and a chop right to the chest of Drew McIntyre. And now lifting Joe up, or lifting Drew up, excuse me. Now Joe looking to possibly do what he did before. Uh-oh, come on, Joe. Joe, superplex from the top again. 1, 2, and Drew McIntyre with the kick out at 2. Drew McIntyre is still in this here. Now Samoa Joe, Samoa Joe, Samoa Joe with the German. And a full Nelson. And another German. One, 2, and Drew McIntyre again with the kick out. Drew McIntyre again with the kick out. And the Scottish Psychopath is unstoppable right now. He seems to be unstoppable, despite the interference from Moxley. And now Joe getting hammered on by Drew McIntyre in the corner. Oh, what a big knee right in the corner. A big knee to Joe. Now a double axe handle right to the back of Joe here. Right to the back of Joe. Glasgow kiss on Joe. On Samoa Joe here. Now looking to tune it up again. Looking to tune it up again. 3, 2, 1, Claymore kick on Samoa Joe. 1, 2, and Joe kicked out a second time. Joe kicked out of the Claymore kick again. Man, this match is bonkers right now. Elbow drop to Joe. 1, 2, and Joe again with the kick out. I don't know what this man is up to right now. But whatever it is, it ain't good. German suplex on Drew McIntyre. And it only takes one mistake for Joe to get back in a matchup. Oh, and that knee right to the face. Oh, and now Joe again tossing Drew around. Whatever you can do, I can do better. Oh, as Joe had Drew trapped in those head scissors there. Oh, what a shot. What a right hand. A big slap to the face, though. Joe. What's Joe going for here? Joe with the snake eyes in the corner. Oh, what a boot. A couple of boots to the face. And another one. My God. Joe and Drew are beating the living hell out of each other. This might as well be a pay-per-view match right here. It's Drew. Drew with a reversal and suplexing Joe. And now Joe is beside himself right now. Joe jumping off of the apron, realizing what Drew is going for there. And now lifting up Joe again. Oh my, tossing Joe. Tossing Joe. Lifting him up again. Oh my, what a gut buster to Joe. What a gut buster to Joe. Irish whip into the ropes. Drew McIntyre with a drop down. Leapfrog. Now Drew McIntyre. Oh, he ran into Joe. They both ran into each other, but a tiger suplex from Joe. A tiger suplex from Joe. Teardrop suplex. And now Joe's got Drew McIntyre right where he wants him. Uranagi on Drew McIntyre. 1, 2. Drew McIntyre with the kick out. Uh-oh. Joe's looking for it. Joe's looking for it. Hits him from behind. Has it. He's got it locked in. He's got the Coquina clutch locked in. Locked in on Drew McIntyre. Drew has nowhere to go here. But Drew somehow battles out of it. Very quickly, I might add, in a Glasgow kiss. Another Glasgow kiss. And that's going to open him up for another Claymore kick. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1, Claymore kick. 1, 2, 3, and Drew McIntyre gets the victory despite the interference from Moxley. Drew McIntyre able to come through with the win. My God, what a match, folks. But Drew had to fight for it. Drew had to fight for it. As the Scottish psychopath gets the victory. I mean, look at that. That's a face you don't want to piss off. And Moxley may have just done so. As we move on to our next match, folks, let's get right into it. As we go over to the break screen real quick as this next one loads up here. We have champion versus champion here. As I mentioned, this is a champion versus champion match. Brian Outlaw, the RCW World Champion, successfully defending his title against his former best friend, Kevin Owens, and Darby Allin, the newly crowned RCW Carnage Champion. And these two, I don't know. Man, when I was making this card, I was like, what would be a good co-main event? And Brian Outlaw is always, and I mean always. Am I going to be in feedback? After the stream, I will be. Yes. After the stream, I will be in feedback. In case any of you that are new here that don't know what that is. So, basically, to make the show as badass and as awesome as I try and do, I decided to create a channel within a Discord that is called the Feedback Channel. And that is a voice chat channel that you guys can go into after every stream, usually almost every stream. Sometimes I don't do it every stream. But after almost every stream of RCW, I do a feedback session for however long, usually about 30 minutes to an hour. And that usually is the opportunity for you guys to give your feedback on the stream that you just saw. So in this case, this one, or the show overall, the season overall, what you think would be cool, especially since we are in the Fallout show, or the show after Breakout, RCW after Breakout. That means that we are building up to RCW Recoil, our next pay-per-view. So, I always like to take your feedback into account. Thank you, Bruno, for the lurk. I appreciate you, my guy. Definitely check out my buddy Bruno. He is a really good buddy of mine. He is absolutely amazing with those sexy blue eyes of his. Absolutely amazing. It's not fair that he looks better than me, but I'm going to let him have that title, I guess, if you will. Not fair, but whatever. I'm going to let it go, Bruno, because we're friends. Anyways, I have that feedback section for you guys to basically just give me your constructive criticisms, give me your overall feedback. And I do that, and also I'll be doing that at the end of seasons 2 as well. So when the RCW Recoil pay-per-view happens, after that is over, I will be hosting a feedback session in which you guys can talk about the entire season. So this entire season as a whole, and you guys can also help me create the storylines for next season, or by giving me ideas and other things. Maybe your character debuts, right? Maybe your character debuts and you're like, meh. And maybe I don't have a set in stone idea for them, so maybe you're like, oh, I would like to feud with this person. Like, oh, I would like to feud with Drew McIntyre, or I would like to feud with Jon Moxley, or I would like to feud with Brian Outlaw, or whatever. Trust me, I can make that happen, and I will make it as badass as possible as I can. So with that being said, after today's stream, whenever the last match ends, I'll be closing it out, and then I'll be doing a feedback session in my Discord. I actually have my Discord popped up right now. So I'll be doing that 6:30, time for bed. I'll be doing that feedback session for you guys because I care. I really do. As much as I like create these storylines myself and do this by myself anyway, I take your guys' stuff into account because guess what? WWE probably doesn't care. AEW probably does. I feel like AEW is one of those exceptions to where they cater to the fans, and based on how I've seen, how kids have been in the ring at AEW Dark and stuff like that, I think that's really cool. But that's besides the point. I want to show you guys that I really care about your inputs, and that to create better content, what better way to do that than to get feedback from the people that watch your content, right? It kind of makes sense there. So with that being said, I will be hosting a feedback session after the stream. Feel free to join. Doesn't matter if you've only seen one episode of RCW, if you've been here with us for a while, it does not matter. You can definitely have Biz, thank you so much. I'm at work, but I got you up. Thank you so much, man. I hope you are well as well. I hope you and the wifey are doing fantastic. I'm excited for the next hot tub happy hour. I always enjoy those. Those are always fun. In reference to your comments, CJ, I'm not going to comment on that because I would be giving stuff away. So, stay tuned. That's the most I'm going to say on that. But let's get to our next match, folks. Champion versus champion. Brian Outlaw versus Darby Allin. Let's get this underway. Here we go. Darby Allin and Brian Outlaw going at it. As we have Darby Allin, the RCW Carnage champion, going up against RCW World Champion Brian Outlaw right here. And now these two men are very quick. But which one is going to be quicker? Which one is going to be quicker? As Brian Outlaw Irish whips Darby Allin. Oh! A little bit of miscommunication there, perhaps. Oh! Shoulder tackle off of the apron there. Now going right after Darby Allin. Remember, still to come, folks, we have an 8-man over-the-top rope battle royal. And the winner of that said battle royal will have a title opportunity of their choosing. Whether it be the Carnage title, tag team titles, women's title, or, well, not women's title, but the tag team title, the Carnage title, or the world title. I don't know how Brian has to feel about that because, but I'm pretty sure, he is up for the challenge. Regardless. We're going to have a lot of badass dudes in that match, so make sure to stay tuned for that one. Darby Allin, though, with a flatliner. And now Brian Outlaw is in a world of hurt right here. DDT from Darby Allin. This man, my God, trying to get the win here over the world champion. Can you imagine Darby Allin as a double champion? That can actually happen. You can have double title matches in this game. That could happen. Anything could happen here on RCW. So, DDT again. Oh, and a drop kick. And the crowd not really liking that. The crowd not liking this. As Brian Outlaw looks to have his way here with Darby Allin, but Darby Allin caught him into a guillotine choke. Caught him right off of the guillotine choke, but Brian Outlaw able to escape that very quickly. He's a little bit dazed, though, probably. Oh, what a Hurricane Rana there. And Darby Allin is fired up right now, as the world champion doesn't know where the hell he is right now. Lifting him up onto the top rope here. What's Darby going for? Oh, but a back elbow there. Getting out of dodge. Back elbow and a cross body to Darby Allin. But Darby Allin gets right back up. This man very resilient. And we had saw that in a title match at RCW Breakout where he won the RCW Carnage title. And he's going right after Darby Allin again. But Darby Allin throws Brian into the steps. Definitely has to hurt him there. And again throwing him into the steps. Now just throwing him away here a little bit. And Darby Allin running right after him. Very wise here. Don't want to give any of them a break. But oh, Brian with a little bit of a reversal there. And now Brian with the super kick. No! Darby caught the foot. Darby here. Oh my. And oh, Darby again with a drop kick taking down the RCW World Champion. Darby Allin is on fire. This kid is on fire right now with an elbow drop from the middle rope. 1, 2, and Brian Outlaw with the kick out. My God, Darby Allin. Can you believe this right now? I think this is the worst I've seen Brian Outlaw in any match that he has been in. This is the worst I've seen him right now, and just as I say that, he is on the comeback trying to fire himself up. But Darby Allin stopped it. Darby Allin put a good stop to that. And now Darby Allin's on the comeback here. Oh, but Brian Outlaw stopped it. And again, Darby Allin seems to be one step ahead of this man. And Brian Outlaw able to kick out. Turning himself around. Drop kick. No. Darby Allin. Darby Allin lifting up the champ. Darby Allin tried to go for those quick kicks. But no. Uh-oh. Brian turns him over into a guilty verdict here. Darby Allin 1, 2, and Darby Allin got the shoulder up. And Brian is like, what the hell just happened? He cannot believe that Darby Allin got the shoulder up. It's a drop kick in the corner and another one for good measure. I don't know how much he got on that second one, but nonetheless, it worked. And now Darby Allin, crucifix. Oh, and Brian escaping. Doing a little bit of taunting, though. And a back suplex there. And now both men are on the outside right now. Remember, count of 20 under RCW rules. Kick to the midsection here. Kick to the midsection. Kick to the midsection again from Brian Outlaw. And a crucifix to Darby Allin. Uh-oh. Brian, look at the drop. Darby Allin with a correction on the outside. Throwing him right into the barricade. Drop kick into the barricade. No. Back elbow. Count of 7. Throwing Brian Outlaw even closer to the ring now. Getting back in is Darby Allin. Sliding right back out. Darby Allin wants none of this right now. But Darby Allin goes out with him. And a crucifix. Count of 2 here. Remember, it's a count of 20. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. Come on. Come on, Brian. He's just a kid. Darby Allin got speared through the barricade. And Darby Allin. Somebody's got to check on this guy. Thank you, Tony, for the lurk. I appreciate you, my man. I don't know how Darby Allin's moving. I don't know about you guys, but Darby Allin just got up from that crucifix just now. Darby Allin is something else. And that may be why he is RCW Carnage Champion right now, is Darby Allin! Darby Allin with the quick strikes on Brian Outlaw. Brian Outlaw's down. The World Champion is down. As Darby Allin has him right where he wants him. Darby Allin! My God, what an elbow! What an elbow! 1, 2, 3, and Darby Allin just beat the World Champion. Darby Allin! My God! This kid, straight up, just went through the barricade and just chilled out on the outside for a while. I don't know how wise that was for Brian to just not right away throw him back into the ring for the pin, but my God. Darby Allin again, proving why he is RCW Carnage Champion. But what does this mean going forward? Does this mean we're going to see Darby Allin and Brian Outlaw for the RCW World Championship despite Darby Allin already being the Carnage Champion? We can see our double champion here. I don't know. I don't know. But let's waste no time, folks, as we move on to our next match, which is our main event of the evening. Our main event of the evening, folks. As we have a battle royal. And this battle royal consists of Kenny Omega, Matt Riddle, Shinsuke Nakamura, Roman Reigns, the return of the Ghost Miles Anderson, former RCW World Champion, Ricochet, Buddy Murphy, and AJ Styles. What a star-studded battle royale we have for you guys as our main event. Remember, the winner of the battle royal will be able to choose what title they go after. We will see what will happen here. Let's watch this unfold, folks. Who do you want to win before this match gets underway? Who do you think deserves a title opportunity the most? Let me know in chat. Let's get this underway. As we have over-the-top battle royal. Oh my God, Kenny Omega's already gone. Kenny Omega's gone. Kenny Omega's already gone. And now it's AJ Styles and Ricochet going at it. Just like that. Kenny Omega is gone. And I think he was one of my favorites to win this whole damn thing. Oh, and what was that? Buddy Murphy. I think Matt Riddle just eliminated Buddy Murphy. And Buddy Murphy's gone now. These two are dropping like flies. And that's what happens in a Battle Royale match. Oh, Miles Anderson almost being eliminated by Roman Reigns there. As Ricochet continues on AJ Styles here. Uh-oh, Ricochet almost throwing AJ Styles over. Remember, it's got to be over the top rope with both feet hitting the floor to be eliminated. Now in the corner now. Oh, back elbow there from Ricochet, and Ricochet is on fire in this match. Uh-oh, but AJ Styles looking to eliminate Ricochet. Looking to eliminate Ricochet here. Ricochet's trying to hang on. Miles Anderson coming back. Miles Anderson trying to come back here. Trying to come back and trying to fight. Trying to get Ricochet over the rope, but Ricochet able to escape. Now Miles Anderson with an inverted DDT. But Roman Reigns is gone. Roman Reigns is gone. I didn't even realize that. Roman Reigns is out of here. Roman Reigns is out. Oh, AJ though, pushing him away. Drop kick. Drop kick there. Uh-oh. It seems that Ricochet is left by his lonesome here, and he's cool. He's cool with it. As Miles Anderson right now is going after Ricochet, the Ghost, and the one and only going at it. Oh my! What a flatliner. Now trying to get Shinsuke out of here. Trying to get Shinsuke out of here. Recoil on Miles Anderson. But he's got to get him over the top rope. He's not eliminated yet. He's not eliminated. As he's trying to eliminate. But AJ's prevented that from happening. I don't know why. AJ prevented that from happening. Did you guys just see that right now? AJ just took Ricochet off of Miles Anderson. Like, wouldn't you want somebody else to get eliminated? I don't know why you wouldn't. Like, that doesn't make sense. As Shinsuke is gone. Shinsuke's gone. As he's eliminated by Matt Riddle. Now Matt Riddle and Ricochet. Matt Riddle and Ricochet. Miles Anderson is gone. Miles Anderson gone. As Matt Riddle and AJ Styles now. Matt Riddle and AJ Styles now. Going at it. We have 3 left. And now it's AJ Styles and Ricochet again. Ricochet with the uppercut. Ricochet with the uppercut. Into the corner. Now he goes after Matt Riddle. Oh, what a kick. What a kick. And now going after AJ. What a kick. Ricochet. Ricochet. Going bonkers right now. Going after Matt Riddle now. Oh, tried for a cutter, but no. AJ Styles and Matt Riddle working together here on Ricochet. Uh-oh. This could spell bad for Ricochet. Ricochet is eliminated. And now it is AJ Styles and Matt Riddle now. Just like that, Ricochet is gone. Now it's AJ Styles and Matt Riddle. But what a fight from Ricochet. This is a dream matchup within itself. Matt Riddle and AJ Styles now. As Ricochet sadly goes back to the locker room. But I guarantee that's not the last time we've seen the one and only here. Alley-oop bomb from Matt Riddle here. Now it's just AJ, the Phenomenal One, against the King of Bros here. AJ, though. AJ. Inverted DDT. My God. I don't know. I don't know who I want to win now. I mean, I was really pulling for Ricochet here, but obviously we saw what happened. And Matt Riddle has eliminated almost everybody in this match. As Matt Riddle with the quick strikes here on AJ. Quick strikes. That MMA background coming into play. But AJ Styles has him in the corner. This isn't good here. This isn't good. And AJ with a clothesline. And AJ is your winner. AJ will get a title opportunity of his choosing. My God. AJ Styles. They don't want none. They don't want none. And I guarantee Brian Outlaw doesn't want any of AJ Styles here. Especially after the loss he took to Darby Allin in the match before. But Ricochet, that is very heartbreaking. I really thought Ricochet was going to come through with the win here tonight. But that is not the case. As AJ Styles will get a title opportunity. What do you guys think AJ is going to challenge for? What title do you think he's going to go after? He was a Carnage champion at one point. He was a world champion at one point. He was a tag team champion at one point. So, he's been champion. He's had all 3 titles. So, honestly, what is there left for AJ to do? Nothing. I don't know. It could be AJ Styles versus Brian Outlaw. It could be AJ Styles versus Darby Allin. I think wishful thinking here. I'm just saying this. AJ doesn't have to listen to me. But I'm just saying this. I want AJ Styles versus Darby Allin. I want that. I don't know about you guys, but I want that. I'd take that over, not to diss Brian Outlaw, but I'd take that over frickin' Brian Outlaw and AJ going at it. Not that that match wouldn't be good either. But AJ Styles is victorious here tonight, folks. And thank you guys for joining me for another great edition of RCW. I know we've had some sections of the stream that got serious for a bit. And I always like having those, those streamer to audience, those serious, let's get serious moments. I feel like it needs to be said because, the internet is a place that I don't know, just has a lot of where everyone has the ability to be negative, right? And a lot of people don't think about it that way because they're like, oh, it's just the internet, big deal. But to be honest with you, anything that you say on the internet, it's out there for everyone. You can't take it back. Even if you erase it, somebody could screenshot it. And, words mean the same online as they do on the internet. Just because you say it online and the odds of the targeted person, like a celebrity or whoever it is, seeing it is not as great as if you were in person and right next to them. Doesn't mean it doesn't affect them. So if you call somebody, names online and you make fun of somebody online, you don't know what that person's going through. You don't know how they're taking it. So with that, I end the stream on this, and that is to be kind to each other, realize what you're doing, take responsibility for what you post because it is your profile, unless somebody hacks you. But most of the time, trolls, they're making accounts with no profile images, no nothing, to simply just troll people. And the best part of it is if you see it happening to somebody else, don't engage the bully. Don't. As hard as it is to do, don't. Because then you're giving them what they want. You're giving them that satisfaction that they pissed somebody off. So you're giving them that attention, which is exactly what they want in the first place. So don't do that. I know it's easier said than done, because I've been in those situations. Simply tell the person that is getting bullied some compliments. Simply, sort of try to get their mind off of it, even though it's right there, right in front of their face. A lot of positivity can have the ability to drown out the negativity. So, with that being said, be kind to each other. I will catch you guys on the next stream, which should be on Monday. I'm very, very excited, because now we have AJ Styles, and I can confirm that AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, will be making his decision on what title he wants to go after in the next episode of RCW. So we will hear from AJ the next episode, and I'm excited to see what title he thinks about going after. And real quick, before I end the stream here, I will be in the feedback session, in the feedback channel, for a little bit after streams. After this stream is done and concluded, I will be in the feedback channel, which, in that case, real quick, I'm just going to enter my Discord for those of you who haven't joined it yet. The feedback channel is a channel where you can leave your feedback to the show that you just saw, or RCW overall, and I always take that into account. Like, please don't hold back. Give constructive criticism, give your ideas. I always take that into account, because this show is your show as much as it is mine. So with that being said, I thank you guys, and I will catch you guys on the next stream. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you later. Be kind to each other. Tell someone you love them, and I will catch you guys later.